So I was reading Daniel 3 to what I think was Daniel 5, but we're going to focus on Daniel 3 to 4 for now. So King Nebuchadnezzar is the king of Babylon, and one of the people he trusts to translate his dreams is Daniel, who is obviously a very, loyal Jew who is, following God. And one day Nebuchadnezzar is like, all right, I want you to translate this dream. And here's his dream. Basically, it's this big tree, huge tree, goes all over the world. That's how big its leaves are. Because it's so big, it feeds all these animals with its fruit. And an angel comes down and says, cut it down, but leave its stump intact. And so Daniel's like, well, you are that tree. In this dream, you are that tree. And you've become so strong as the king of Babylon. You've given people resources and food and whatnot. But an angel's going to come down and say, hey, this man should be driven away from his kingdom. He's going to be given the mind of an animal. And for 7 units of time, I think it said what? I think it said 7 times. I don't know exactly what that is. Will pass by for you until you acknowledge the Most High Sovereign over all kingdoms on earth, and gives them to anyone he wishes. And this happened to King Nebuchadnezzar, right? Talks about it in Daniel 4. He's being expelled from his own kingdom, and he's given the mind of an animal. His nails grow long, his hair grows long, everything about him is like an animal. But as soon as he acknowledges that God is the Most High, he's immediately given his sanity, and his kingdom accepts him again. And this is just such a testament. This is our Old Testament God. This is a God in a time where everyone is just so cutthroat, so violent and everything. And yet that same God is willing to give a greedy Babylonian king who worships pagans a second chance, and still gives him back his entire kingdom. And if he's willing to be like this, just for his own kingdom, to be an animal, whatever, to risk that, he was so greedy, man, to think about that he was just willing to be an animal for his own kingdom. And yet, as soon as he humbled himself before God, he was given the kingdom back. That is what he needed. And you know what Jesus said, right? Someone tries to save their own life, they're going to lose it. But if they give up their life to follow me, they'll gain it. And this is exactly what's happening over here, guys. If a God like that, thousands of years ago, where the laws were different, had that much grace for a random Babylonian king, imagine how much grace he has for you in the newer times, where God is far more forgiving. So, take advantage of that faith. Take advantage of that forgiveness. Live every day to the fullest, and with him at the front of your mind. Praise him, pray to him. Treat him like your dad, He's forgiven. He really is. So, yeah. Well, have a good one, guys. See you next time.